everyone? Welcome back to Backwoods Reptiles. Got an egg cutting video for you guys today. If you've watched the video before this, that big clown that laid 13 eggs, one of them had sadly actually gone bad, so I've only got 12 eggs. I split that clutch into two different egg boxes because I wanted to test out this a new incubator that I built, and I didn't want to risk the chance of putting all of them in here. Long story short, the eggs that were in here, they look perfectly fine still, but they were like fully plump. Like they don't look like they haven't deflated at all. They look like they were just laid yesterday. Today is day 59 that they've been in the incubator. The ones that are in the other egg box and the other incubator, those have been deflated like completely for the last 2 weeks. And I just got home from work today and I was planning on cutting them anyways, and one had already pipped. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those ones. I'm going to show you the other ones that I'm not going to cut that are fully big and plump still that were in this incubator, and then I'll either make a whole other video, or when I do cut those other ones, I'll just add it to this video before I post it. So let's cut them open and hopefully we can get some visual clowns out of this pairing. Alright, so I guess we'll just we'll start with this one here that's already pipped, which is pretty awesome because from looking at it, I'd say it's pastel clown right off the bat. So that means that definitely proves out my male to be het clown. Let's see if I can boop it back in there. Boop. There we go. Yeah, let's just pull him the rest of the way out of here. Don't really want to mess with them too much, but it's definitely a clown, and I definitely, with how bright it is, I would say it's a pastel. So that'd be my first pastel and my first clown that I've ever hatched. Right there, see if I can get him to pop his head out. There we go. If I can turn the camera over. Heck yeah. First one, and it's a pastel clown. That's sweet. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of goo in these because they're, like I said in the previous video, they've been deflated for like 2 weeks. So let's start with the boob egg. Out of all of them, this is the one that had the most the best veins out of all of them, because this whole clutch had really weak veins. This is probably the only egg that had non-weak veins in it. Well, it's definitely another pastel. That one might not be a visual clone. This one's got a little bit of blood and stuff in it yet, so this one ain't quite. I don't think this one's quite as far along as the other one was. Not getting any movement out of it, but just by looking at it in the pattern, I would say this one's probably just a straight pastel, so it means this would be a pastel triple hit. But it looks good. Let's move on to this guy right here. Really hoping to get at least 4 or 5 visual clones would be great. Kind of hard to tell. This one might be, I think this one's a clone. So kind of hard for me to tell. There's its face, but it's kind of down in there. You can't really see. Looks like he was getting ready to pip though. Not really any movement in there, but definitely I would say it's definitely a clone. Sweet. 2 visual clones. Got a little bit of mold on the bottom of this one. Man, I got another pastel. Pastel is definitely hitting on this clutch, that's for sure. I think this one might be another clone. Yeah, just going off the pattern. Can't really see the head on it. That one might not be a pastel. Still pretty bright though to not be a pastel. I still got a lot of goo left in her. And now to cut the last one of this clutch, or the last one of this egg box. I still got, I think, 7 more in the other egg box that I could cut. But again, I think I want to wait. Those eggs I haven't deflated at all, like these. So another pastel for sure, and this one's super bright. Go this way. Oh, that's another clone. That one's really bright. That one almost looks like it's a super pastel. That can't be a super pastel though, because the female is just a plain clone. Or maybe this one didn't make it. Maybe this one hasn't gained all the color in it. It looks like a super pastel clone though.
I'm not getting any coloring out. I'm not getting any movement out of it. Its eyes look kind of hazy, but I don't know. It's alive. Look at that head stamp on this one. Look at that. Wow. That is crazy looking. This looks like a super pastel clown. Man, look at that. That head is just insane. That is crazy. Well, it looks like I got, out of these 5 eggs, it looks like I got 4 pastel clowns and 1. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this one's this one's probably a pastel clone. Maybe that one's a pastel clone and the rest of these are just regular clowns. I bet that's what it is. Yeah, I bet that one's a pastel clone and the rest are just regulars. These ones are so much darker. But they look really bright for to be just regular clone too. But it's the first time I've ever hatched a clone. I think that's the only non-clone right there. That's still got some really cool patterning to it though. Even if it's just a het. Oh, it'd be double. It'd be triple het. It'd be a triple het actually. So I think I got one triple het, 3 clown double hets, and 1 pastel clown double het. Man, this thing is just insane. It looks like a super pastel. That's crazy. But let's see if I can zoom in on the whole clutch here. The whole egg box of them. Yeah, those are freaking sweet looking. Well, I hit really good odds. Like I said, I took a visual clone to basically a het clone, and out of 5 eggs right there, I hit 4 out of 5 were visual clone, and that one is insane looking. It still doesn't look like it. It looks like a super pastel, but there shouldn't be. So again, I'm assuming that's just what an actual pastel clone looks like, and the rest of these are just regular clones. It's insane. But alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and put these back in the incubator.